we're all ears for you, Gary. I think you can
All
go
right.
with a unique story.
Yeah.
So the floor is yours.
Right. Thank you. Just trying to get rid of some things. This is my first webinar, so I may make a couple of mistakes, and I haven't got the expertise of the other speakers, but I'm just going to do it on a personal level of what my background and why I got involved with Prostate Pioneer. So I'll start. I'm 66 years old. I've been married for 47 years next month. I've got 4 children, 3 grandchildren, and I was diagnosed with stage 4 metastatic prostate cancer in January 2011. The prognosis was up to 2 years, depending on medication. I've also got a Gleason scale of 9, which is very aggressive. So I started on Zoladex and bicalutamide almost straight away. My PSA went down to about 12, but then rose sharply during the year to 84. In December, I went on a clinical trial called Prevail. I signed up after discussing it with my wife and children, and I started on the trial, which the drug was called MDV 3100 in December, and it was a 50-50 drug versus placebo, so I didn't know if I was on the drug. I waited over Christmas to see how the treatment went, and I got better. I had more energy, and I was pretty sure I was on the drug. During the next year, it took my PSA down to almost negligible, which was amazing. And I had a mini stroke in 2013, by which I retired. And sorry, I'm getting very mixed up. I think I'm very nervous. But over the years, I had this bout of sepsis. I've had a mini stroke, and I've had intense radiotherapy on the spine where most of my metatarses are. I've had a wonderful life due to the trial, which turned out to be enzalutamide, which was a great drug for prostate cancer. I did lots of advocacy work because I had a view that I had 2 years to live and I surpassed that. Then they said, you won't get past 5 years, and I surpassed that. I'm now in my 11th year and still going strong. And I keep trying to tell men that have got prostate cancer that it's not a life sentence, even if it's spread like mine has. I've done another trial since because enzalutamide stopped working, but that was unsuccessful. It was too toxic. It had never been used on humans. And I ended up in A&E twice, so I was taken off the trial, and I'm now waiting for. I'm going to go on chemotherapy in about 3 weeks' time. I got involved in Prostate Pioneer about 2 years ago. I was at a support meeting at Guy's Hospital, and a young lady, Katerina Bayer, came into our support group to talk about researching AI in prostate cancer diagnosis and treatments. I was a bit skeptical about using computers and data because I didn't know what was involved, but I registered my interest because I was quite intrigued to find out more information. And Prostate Pioneer actually invited me onto a study-a-thon after a couple of meetings, which took place at the beginning of last year. It was, I think it was about 2 weeks, the study-a-thon, and it was every day. And it was the most exciting thing I think I've ever done. I've never, sorry, I didn't realise the amount of expertise and data that was on offer, and being invited as a patient representative was something quite new and innovative. I felt welcome straight away. I was on the clinical characterisation group, and there was many other groups, and we used to get reports from them every day. But on the group I was in, they were talking about clinical treatments that could be used by AI to map a patient's diagnosis and then treatment plan, and then it would be presented to the consultant. This was a big thing with me because I didn't like the idea of computers diagnosing and making treatment plans without it being looked at by a doctor. It was a fantastic 2 weeks, and I learned so much from this. And being a patient, I'd never seen the inside workings of one of these projects, and to be invited and listened to as I was, because they discussed everything they discussed. They asked my opinion, my views on things, whether I would change anything, and it was a fantastic place to be, that I felt appreciated as a patient on research. When I see the amount of data that was collected, I actually understood how AI could be used to do diagnosis, sorry. And it completely changed my attitude to using computers in medicine to make diagnoses and plans, because it eliminated human error and misdiagnosis, because the data that was collected was from all over the world. It wasn't just local stuff. It was all over the world, and the amount of data they had was unbelievable. And I would urge any patient to get involved in research, because I think patients at the end of the day have got a lot to offer, and we've all got different views and different outlooks, and the way we deal with diseases is we're all different. So we've got a wealth of experience to offer any research team. I'm afraid I've dried up a little bit because I think it was the problems and nerves. But I'd just like to thank the IMI and prostate cancer for inviting me to be a patient representative. It really has meant so much to me, and I've actually now got myself installed in other research projects as a patient representative. So I thank you very much for the opportunity, and hope to be able to work with you again in the future.
Thank you very much, Gary. Thank you. I think it is very important, and I know that the input you provided at the Study-a-thon for Pioneer really made a difference, because you talked about how important exercise is for prostate cancer patients and how it can really make a difference.
Yes.